Your name still sleeps in my phone, like you're coming back someday. I talk to walls, I walk alone, in the words we didn't say. The room still smells like you, silence dressed in blue. You left without a sound, like love just turned around. No last kiss, no final fight, just a ghost slipping out of sight. Love faded without goodbye, no reason, no warning sign. One day you were still mine, next day just memories behind. Love faded without goodbye, left me here asking why you didn't even try. You let forever die. I replay the smallest things, your laugh, the way you breathe. Funny how the deepest cuts come from quietly. I would have begged, I would have stayed if I knew you'd walk away, but you chose the easy road, left my heart in broken code. No closure, no last embrace, just your absence taking space. Love faded without goodbye, no reason, no warning sign. One day you were still mine, next day just memories behind. Love faded without goodbye, left me here asking why you didn't even try. You let forever die. Was I not enough to keep, or was leaving always cheap? If love's real, it doesn't run, it doesn't disappear undone. Love faded without goodbye, like a star falling from the sky. I still look for you at night, knowing you won't reply. If you ever miss what I know, I stayed, I tried. Love faded without goodbye, but I loved you till the end of time. We talked in looks, not words, smiles hiding all the hurt. The room was full of lies, but we let them survive. Our hands were closed, still cold. Love dying, never told. We knew the end was near, still pretended you were here. No shouting, no tears to show, just hearts of afraid to let go. We broke in silence, no goodbye, no violence, just two souls who's drifting apart, quietly tearing the heart. We broke in silence, lost in all the quiet. Love faded while we stayed, nothing left to say. Your voice felt far away, even when you stayed. I felt you slipping through like a dream I couldn't hold on to. We shared a bed of doubt, sleepless nights, no way out. Every I'm fine we said was another truth we left dead. No fight worth saving us, just distance growing trust. We broke in silence, no goodbye, no violence, just two souls drifting apart, quietly tearing the heart. We broke in silence, lost in all the quiet. Love faded while we stayed, nothing left to say. If you screamed, I'd have stayed. If I cried, would you change? But we chose the quiet pain and let love walk away. Now the silence screams your name, echoes I can't erase. We broke in silence, but the silence still remains. The room still knows your shape, even though you're gone. Every breath I try to take feels wrong without you on. Your jacket on the chair, like you might come back around. But the quiet in me is the loudest sound I've found. No words, but I hear you still in every memory that kills. Your absence feels loud, screaming in the quiet, you're nowhere around. But I can't deny it, you left without a sound. Now silence surrounds your absence, feels loud. I sleep on half the bed, like you're still beside me. Every promise that you said plays back, then reminds me the clock won't move for me. Time stuck on your goodbye. I trade the silence free just to hear one last time. The quiet tears me apart, it knows exactly where you are. Your absence feels loud, screaming in the quiet, you're nowhere around. But I can't deny it, you left without a sound. Now silence surrounds your absence, feels loud. break before it speaks. I didn't get a choice, you just disappeared from me. The house is empty now, but my heart's not gone. No matter where you are, your absence feels low. I laugh a little louder now, so no one hears the ache. I say I'm fine, I play it proud, but my hands still shake. Mirrors know the truth I hide when I'm alone at night. Daylight keeps my mask alive, dark lets my heart cry. If they looked a little closer, they'd see I'm not okay. Tears hide behind smiles, pain dressed up as style. I look strong for a while, but I'm breaking inside. Tears hide behind smiles, lost in my denial. I pretend I survived, but I'm barely alive. I answer good when asked, like it's my favorite lie. Every joke is just a mask to keep you from my mind. I hold it in too long till it hurts to breathe. Being okay feels wrong, but it's safer than letting you see. I've mastered how to cope by never telling hope. Tears hide behind smiles, pain dressed up as style. I look strong for a while, but I'm breaking inside. Tears hide behind smiles, lost in my denial. I pretend I survived, but I'm barely alive. If I fall apart alone, no one has to know. I'll keep wearing this skin, even if it's thin. So if you see me smile, just know it took a while. Tears hide behind smiles every single time. I still remember every word, every vow we ever made. Now they echo, barely heard, fading like the evening shade. Photos on the shelf don't lie, smiles frozen in the past. We said forever, you and I, but forever never lasts. We thought love would never break, but time had plans to take. Promises lost in time, like stars that fell from the sky. I reach for you in mine, but all I do is cry. the lines of your face in every crowded street. Memories I can't erase of every heartbeat we'd meet. Your words are ghosts now gone, your touch a fading trace. We were right, then we were wrong. Time erased your embrace. I keep hoping, I keep trying, but history won't stop flying. Promises lost in time, like stars that fell from the sky. I reach for you in mine, but all I do is cry. Promises lost in time, our hearts no longer rhyme. I can't go back to find the love we left behind. If I could hold a moment still, I'd capture all we meant. But clocks don't bend to will, and dreams don't circumvent. Now the silence speaks your name, and nothing feels the same. Promises lost in time, but your memory's still mine. I stayed when nights got heavy, when your smile started to fade. I learned the sound of silence, every word you couldn't say. I fixed the cracks between us with hope and cigarettes. You packed your doubts like luggage, I unpacked your regrets. I made excuses for your distance, called it space, called it time. But love shouldn't feel like guessing if you're still mine. I stayed, you left when it got hard, when it hurt. I held the pieces of us, you chose the exit first. I fought for every heartbeat, you gave up on the rest. I believed in forever, I stayed, you left. I memorized your breathing like it might disappear. You were already halfway gone, even when you were here. I carried all the weight so you wouldn't have to bend. But love is never equal in one heart defense. You said you needed freedom, said you lost yourself. But you never tried to find us, you just chose someone else. I stayed, you left when the world closed, and I chose to hold your hand. You chose where you've been. I stood inside the wreckage, you walked past the mess. I loved you without leaving, I stayed, you left. Maybe I loved too deeply, maybe you that's the truth I face. I lost myself trying to keep you in place. You call it self-preservation, I'll call it regret, because loving meant staying, and I stayed. You left. I stayed when love was fragile. You left when it was real, and that's the part of losing I'll never heal. I packed away your letters in a box I never closed. Every word cuts deeper, every truth I chose. I smile like I'm healing, like I've learned to survive, but behind my quiet breathing, you're still alive. Time keeps moving forward, but my heart rewinds. Every road I try to follow ends with you in mind. Memories still bleed inside, even when I'm smiling. Every laugh feels borrowed, every breath feels tiring. I tell myself I'm fine, but the hurt won't subside. The past still knows my weakness. Memories still bleed inside. I see you in reflections, in songs I try to skip, in places we once promised we never let go of this. You said love would save us, but love just watched us fall. Now silence fills the spaces where you used to call. I try to drown the echoes, try to let you go, but healing takes longer than you'll ever know. Memories still bleed inside like wounds that never close. I bury them in daylight, they haunt me when I'm alone. I've forgiven your leaving, but I haven't survived the way you left your fingerprints. Memories still bleed inside. Maybe one day I'll remember without breaking apart, but tonight every memory still sharpens my heart. You moved on like it was easy, like we were just a phase. I stay behind with everything you couldn't erase. Memories still bleed inside, no matter how I try. I learned how to look okay, but never learned goodbye. If loving you was a lesson, then pain was the price. I'm still paying for yesterday. Memories still bleed inside. If healing means forgetting, then I'm not healed yet, because every memory of you still hasn't bled out yet. talked in almost and slept in maybes. I felt you leaving before you saved me. Your eyes stopped fighting, your voice felt far. We were breaking before we scarred. I kept believing love would wait, but silence grew and sealed our fate. Goodbye said too late when love was tired. We held the match but lost the fire. I reached for you, you slipped away. I found the words when you couldn't stay. Goodbye said too late. We learned how to pretend that we were fine, ignored the cracks between the lines. I begged for time, you chose your space. I memorized your leaving face. I thought holding on would change your mind, but love can beg someone to try. Goodbye said too late when hearts gave in. You closed the door, I stayed within. I loved you loud, you hesitated. I broke in half when goodbye said too late. If I spoke sooner, would you stay? Or were you already half away? Some endings wait for us to wait, but ours just watched itself decay. Goodbye said too late. Now I understand. You let me go before you held my hand. I'll carry us in every mistake. I learned too much from goodbye said too late. If love had timing, we'd be okay, but mine arrived the day you walked away. We sit in the same room, but miles apart. Your eyes avoid mine like it's the hardest part. Words die on your lips, might fall before they start. There's a war in the quiet silence between our hearts. We learned how to breathe without saying a thing, but love shouldn't feel like a fragile string. There's silence between our hearts where love used to speak. Every truth we're afraid of is buried too deep. I reach out for you, but we're drifting apart. We're louder alone in the silence between our hearts. Your phone lights up, you smile, I don't ask. I memorize the moment, then put on my mask. We share the same bed, but different darks. I'm holding a ghost between our hearts. Every night, every day we avoid the truth. We're too scared to say I still love you, but love's falling apart. It's dying slowly in the silence between our hearts. If I say your name, will you stay? If you tell the truth, will I break? We're standing so close, yet worlds apart, afraid of the sound that could tear us apart. There's silence between our hearts and it's screaming loud. We're drowning in words we'll never allow. I'd rather hear goodbye than live in the dark of loving you quietly in the silence between our hearts. Say something, even if it hurts, because silence already does. You kissed me like tomorrow was something we'd still have. Said nothing's wrong, just tired. Then packed what we never packed. Your laugh still filled the kitchen, your coat still on the chair. I blinked and something vanished, like you were never there. No fight, no shattered ending, no goodbye storm or sound, just love slowly disappearing while I was still around. Love died without warning, no sirens, no signs. One minute you were holding me, the next you were gone and you're mine. I'm still standing in the wreckage, asking what went wrong. Love died without warning, and I lived on. You stopped saying my name, like it hurt to let it land. We became polite strangers, learning how to pretend. I searched your face for answers, you looked through me instead. I didn't hear the ending till the silence said it. I thought love would fight for us, I thought we were strong, but you chose quiet quitting, I chose holding on. Love died without warning, while I believed. I gave you all my patience, you gave me your lead. You didn't break me loudly, you just withdrew. Love died without warning, and so did you. Maybe love doesn't shatter, maybe it fades, maybe it leaves while smiling and never explains. You don't need cruel words to end someone's faith. Just stop showing up and call it fate. Why I fear goodbye is because loved ones left without even trying. I never needed answers as long as you were near. Every road felt safer when I felt you here. I learned your quiet breathing like a familiar song. I didn't know I was lost until you were gone. The world was cold and moving fast, but with you I belonged. Now every place I stand in feels wrong. You were my home, not walls or doors, not keys or names or anything sure. You were the place I laid my heart. Now every step I take falls apart. You were my home. Your coffee on the counter, your shoes beside the bed. I talk to empty rooms like you're still in my head. I try to build new shelter from memories and lies, but nothing keeps me warm the way you did that night. I search your face in strangers everywhere I roam. I'm living everywhere but home. You were my home, my safe return, my quiet peace, my place to learn. Now every night feels like a road I'm walking through without a home. If love's a place, then mine burned down. No warning lights, no evacuation sound. You took the map, you knew the way, and left me lost in yesterday. You were my home, and now I see I gave you more than you gave me. Still I choose you all alone, even knowing you were my home. Some people are houses, some people are storms. You were the only place I ever felt warm. The ceiling knows my secrets at 3 a.m. again. I replay every moment like it might change the end. Your name won't leave my breathing, it circles in my head. The night keeps asking questions I'm too tired to defend. I close my eyes for peace, but memories ignite. The darker it gets inside, the longer lasts the night. Broken nights, endless thoughts, running circles in my mind. you're the reason I can't dream. My phone lights up with nothing. Still I hope it's you. I measure time and heartbeats, wondering what you're doing too. I wear my smiles in daylight like armor on my skin. But when the lights go quiet, that's when the hurt begins. I tried to let you fade, tried to move along, but the night remembers everything I ever did wrong. Broken nights, endless thoughts, every second drags me through conversations that never happened, and words I never used. I'm fighting with the quiet, begging time to speak. Broken nights, endless thoughts, they won't let go of me. Maybe sleep is just a rumor for hearts that can't forget. Maybe healing takes more time than I'm willing to admit. If missing you is weakness, then I'm guilty every night, because loving you still keeps me wide awake. Broken nights, endless thoughts, I'm learning how to cope, counting stars on my ceiling instead of counting hope. If morning ever finds me, I'll pretend I'm strong, but tonight I'm stuck inside. Broken nights, endless thoughts. The sun will rise eventually, but you're still gone. I watched you from a distance, never crossed the line. Saved every word I felt and called it being kind. I smiled when you were happy, even when it hurt. I learned how to love you without being hurt. I never asked for promises, never asked you to stay. I just hoped my silence would speak someday. I loved you quietly, with a heart held back. I carried all the feelings I never let you have. I stood in all your shadows so you could shine brightly. I broke in pieces, I loved you quietly. I memorized your laughter like it was enough. I took the role of almost when loving got too rough. You leaned on me for comfort, then walked away free. I stayed behind with feelings you never noticed in me. I told myself it was safer to love you this way, but silence myself slowly. I loved you quietly. If I had spoken sooner, would it change the end? Or would I still be here, loving you as a friend? Some loves aren't meant to be loud, they're meant to survive. But mine just learned how to hide. I loved you quietly, and now you're gone. You never knew what you leaned on. If love was measured in truth unseen, then I loved you deeply, quietly. Some love stories are written in silence, not sound, and mine was one you never found. Your jacket's still hanging like you're coming back. Dust on our footprints, frozen in the past. The clock keeps on talking, but never explains why time moves forward and I stay the same. I try to rearrange things, move on, let go, but every wall still whispers what we used to know. Empty rooms remember us even when you don't. Every laugh, every promise, every almost home. I walk through the silence, calling out your name. Empty rooms remember us, I do the same. The couch where we argued, the bed where we dreamed, still holding our secrets, still holding me. Your side of the mirror, your half of the light. Everything's waiting for you every night. I thought changing places would quiet the truth, but memory lives in corners love once used. Empty rooms remember us like scars on the wall. Every fight, every makeup, every rise and fall. I pack up my feelings, leave them behind. Empty rooms remember us every time. Maybe love never leaves, it just loses its voice, hides in the echoes of unmade choices. You took the future, I kept the past. Now I live with reminders that never collapse. Empty rooms remember us long after goodbye. They hold all the moments we couldn't survive. If forgetting is healing, and I'm still stuck. Empty rooms remember us when no one does. I'll turn off the lights and close the door. I hear us in the hallway, even when I'm alone. Laughter bouncing off the walls, I can never let go. Every word we whispered, still learning how to stay. I walk through what we used to be and feel it fade. Time tried to cover the noise, but the silence learned our name. What we said still lingers, what we didn't say remains. Our echoes still hurt every time I breathe. All the love we shouted, all the quiet pleas. I thought the sound would fade with the distance we grew, but even in the quiet, our echoes still hurt. Your voice in my memory, never out of tune. It breaks me in pieces like an old familiar wound. I replay our endings like rewinding blade, trying to change the moment we slipped away. I built my walls higher just to keep them out, but echoes don't need doors, they find you anyhow. Our echoes still hurt in the dead of night. All the things we promised, all the fights we didn't fight. I try to drown the sound in someone new, but love remembers everything we used to do. Maybe if we loved quieter, it wouldn't ache so loud. Maybe if we stayed honest, we'd still be around. Now every empty space still says your name, echoing a future we never claimed. Our echoes still hurt, though you've moved on. I'm living with the aftermath of everything we were on. If time is meant to heal, then it still has work to do, because even in the quiet, our echoes still hurt. Some sounds never fade, they just learn how to haunt. I wake up in shadows where your laugh used to live. Every corner of this room has a memory to give. I trace the empty spaces where your hand should be, and realize the ache is the only thing left of me. I tell myself it's healing, but my heart disagrees. Every breath, every heartbeat is a ghost I can't appease. Pain feels feels like you. Every tear, every scar, it's in the silence, it's wherever we are. I try to move on, but your shadow won't move too. Love left a wound, and pain feels like you. I hear your name in songs, I see you in the rain. The world keeps on spinning, but nothing feels the same. I fight to forget you, but forgetting is a lie. Every night you're in me, even when I try. I wish I could unlove you, I wish I could be free, but the echo of your leaving still lives in me. Pain feels like you. Every sigh, every thought, it's in the laughter I lost, it's in the battles we fought. I try to escape, but nothing breaks through. Love left a wound, and pain feels like you. Maybe one day this ache will learn my name, but until that day comes, I'll carry your flame. Not the love, not the warmth, just the hurt you left behind. A reminder of everything I'll never leave behind. Pain feels like you. In the quiet, in the night, it's in the pieces that won't fit right. I can't outrun it no matter what I do. Love became a ghost, and pain feels like you. Even if time forgets, I never will. I still see a shadow in the corner of my room. I hear your voice softly, even though it's over too soon. I hold the memories tightly, like they're keeping me whole. But some love can't survive even the strongest soul. I'm caught between two worlds, the one where you stay and the one where I breathe, but you've gone away. Holding on, letting go, I don't know which way to turn. I'm burning in the past, but the present still yearns. Every heartbeat says stay, every thought I'll keep your love inside, but I'll let you go outside, somewhere the sun can shine, where I can survive. Holding on, letting go, the lines blur in my heart. I carry you softly while we drift apart. I'll love, I'll heal, I'll learn to flow between holding on, letting go. That's how we grow. To breathe. I remember the little things, the way your hand slipped mine, the way we laughed too softly, like we were running out of time. We didn't fight, we just drifted, like leaves in autumn rain. Every smile became quieter, every touch became pain. We stayed close in distance, but hearts grew apart. I searched for your warmth, but it left before the start. We fell apart slowly, piece by piece, day by day. Love faded in silence, and I couldn't make you stay. I held on too tightly, or maybe not enough. We fell apart slowly, and it hurt. I see you in strangers, I hear you in songs. I reach for your laughter, but it doesn't belong. The dreams we whispered are shadows in my mind. The future we we'll never find. I try to patch the cracks, you look the other way. We were two hearts living in yesterday. We fell apart slowly, like snow melting in the sun. We didn't crash, we didn't burn, we just came undone. I wanted forever, you wanted space. We fell apart slowly, without a trace. Maybe love wasn't enough, or maybe we just grew. Some stories fade in silence, not with a loud, cruel truth. I still remember every moment, even though you've gone. We fell apart slowly, but the ache lives on. We fell apart slowly, and I can't forget every quiet goodbye, every tear we let. I'll carry the pieces, even when I move on. We fell apart slowly, but the love lingers on. I felt it in the silence, a whisper against my chest. The warmth of your words told me I was blessed. For a moment we were endless, every touch, every glance. But love has a secret, it never gives a chance. I held on to the echoes, hoping they'd stay. But even the brightest voices can fade away. Love spoke then vanished, like smoke in the wind. It left me searching for where it had been. I touched the memory, but it slipped through my hands. Love spoke then vanished, leaving only the strands. Your laughter hung in the hallway, your shadow danced on the wall. I chased every promise only to stumble and fall. It wasn't cruel, just fleeting, a story too short to tell. A fire that burned softly then faded to hell. I tried to remember every word, every smile, but love's fleeting whispers can't stay for a while. Love spoke then vanished without a goodbye. It left me with questions and a quiet sigh. I reached for forever, but it slipped out of view. Love spoke then vanished, and I stayed with the truth. Maybe love isn't meant to stay. Maybe it's just a spark, a fleeting voice in the endless dark. We cherish the moments, we mourn what won't last. Love spoke then vanished, leaving shadows of the past. Love spoke then vanished, and the silence remains, a hollow reminder of sweet and fleeting pains. I'll keep its memory, though it's gone from view. Love spoke then vanished, but I once knew you. Some voices are meant to touch, not stay. Love spoke then vanished, and I learned that way. I walk past the places where we used to go. The laughter still lingers, but it's not ours to hold. I touch the empty spaces where your hand used to be, and all the little moments keep haunting me. We change without noticing, the colors turn to gray. I long for the old us before we drifted away. I miss who we were before the silence grew, before became strangers before I lost you. I reached for the memories, but they slipped through my hands. I miss who we were before we became this man and woman. I hear our songs in the quiet, I see your face in dreams. The world keeps on moving, but nothing's as it seems. I try to build a future, but the past pulls me down. I search for your laughter, but it's no longer around. We held the sun together. Hoping for a moment of what we used to be. I miss who we were before the distance came, before we forgot how to love without blame. I touched the empty echoes of everything we shared. With memories I can't undo. I miss who we were, and I still miss you. I miss who we were before hearts grew cold, before promises faded, before we let go. Of the love I knew, I miss who we were, and I still miss you. Some love stories live only in the past.